Hey guys, I spent yesterday digging my car out. I thought it's about time that I had a look at it and see what I need to do. So, this is the current state of my shed. I spent yesterday digging her out from the wall, moving her forward a little bit, which involved a block and tackle and lots of hassle. But yes, so for anyone who doesn't know, this is my Granada coupe. I call it the Bwanada. It's basically a BMW E39, but I shortened the floor pan by a wee tad and dropped my Granada coupe on top. But I took her off the road, must be going on 4 years ago, because there was rust that I was wanting to deal with. I basically had to empty everything out from the inside, above it, below it, in every cavity. So all the crap which was in it, under it, over it, and through it is everywhere. So I got to find a place for everything and everything in its place. But I used her for 7 years. And I pressed her into service too soon because there was a lot of areas which weren't basically protected. Everything BMW at the front up to the middle is all good. So when I made this, it's obviously sat a little bit higher because I made it for the BMW dash. So the sill should have ended there. So what I'm going to do this time round when I remake these sills is I'm going to do a tuck under. I'm going to see if I can lose what's up there. About an inch. So I'm going to see if I can lose an inch out of the floor to allow the sill to look better. She always looked high at the front, but I've got a set of coilovers off a BMW 530D. This was the 535 V8 manual, but I'm going 530D this time round, I think. Pretty sure I am. So I need to get the shell up to where it needs to be. So I need to get the front suspension off. I need to get the steering, the heater, the wiring loom, the rear suspension off, throw all that away. And then when I put her back together, I'm just going to get a whole donor car and just sit them side by side, dismantle this one, and then the last part of this one is the first part onto that one. Right. But as I say, loads of crap in the floor everywhere at the moment. When I bought this and she was still a Granada, from the pictures you can see on the build, if you ever follow the build, basically the wheel was too far forward. That's because the original car had a shunt, and I just repaired the wheel arch to where the wheel was, and then when I did this cut and shut and put the Granada on top, the wheel was miles out. But as you can see, everywhere where I chucked in red oxide is all pretty good. So yes, it's down to protecting it. This is BMW. As you can see, it's BMW that's rotted out there, not my repair. That was Ford, but again, I didn't protect anything, so it's got to be done. But where she's rotten, that's all BMW that's rotted there. So once I drop the fuel tank out and get all that gone, I'm going to chuck her on a spit and get her down through. I've got a spare rear boot moulding. I've managed to kill this one, but I'm wondering if it's worthwhile just making up a roller, set of rollers for my bead roller, and just bead rolling a strip of steel and then just welding it on and making a more clean look. But yeah, so rear quarter on that side, if I can get round there. I very much doubt I can. But I've managed to find 2 rear quarters in Norway, so I'm not going to even attempt to repair this. I started making up some sheet steel and bead rolling an arch into it, and I wasn't happy. And I've got to go 4 miles up the road into the mountains with my hammer and dolly set anyway, so I can't be bothered with that. But bosh, bosh, bosh. 2 rear quarters, sometime maybe end of the year. Can I get down here? Oh, I can get down here just. Jack handle. Ooh, holding the floor. Yeah, so this was the rear quarter which I just beat up out of a transit roof skin. And again, this was just a temporary fix, but sills rotted out and it was just time to take her off the road before she was absolutely finished with. Not 100% sure if I'm going to go with the Bwanada dash this time. I'm seriously considering it because the other one which I made but didn't complete, I kept the Bwanada dash in. It was ever so slightly lower on the floor because I made it so the Bwanada dash would fit, but not 100% sure. BMW sunroof, that is going. I fitted this thinking, yeah, great, all electric slide and tilt. But in the 7 years I had on the road, I had it open once. So, yeah, considering doing away with that. I've also got, which I made a fiberglass roof lining. So I'm going to take a mold off that so I can put the fiberglass roof lining in there. And this will be handy for other Bwanada owners because literally you would just tip your seats back, slide that in, and it will be held in by the rear quarter pillars. It'll be held in with the door handles, and it will be just a tuck underneath the front screen molding. Screen rubber even. But squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Boom, 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 boom. I've just put all the crap up here for now. But both of the front wings were rotted right out. I've repaired this one so far just by using a section of rear arch. I've got to remake all this front section back up again. But in all, wings are still nice and solid. I know that door, just by the weight of it, is just pure body filler. So I'm going to strip that one back in the next week or so and have myself a look and see how bad she actually is. The other door isn't much better. The problem is when I wanted to make the car originally, I wanted it as straight as I could, and I call this the bumblebee effect, which basically the front wing moves, then the door moves, then the rear quarter moves, and I wanted it more of a progressive sweep. So I basically reprofiled the doors, and it was, yeah, I didn't have the skill back then to deal with that. But yes, this is currently how the Bwanada sits. That's how it sits at the moment. But what else? What else have I got going on? The front valance was absolutely toast. There she is there. I think the only original part of this is that fog light and that top edge there, and a little bit of this fog light. But yeah, that's just a garden ornament now, or a garage ornament. I managed to get myself a brand new front valance from a buddy in Norway. But the problem is to post that was like £30. If that was still in one piece, which is over 1.2 meters by 600 by 600, that would have cost closer to 250 quid to post from Norway. So I asked them if you could cut it directly in twain. So that's just one weld, which isn't too bad because the ones that the Bwanada Club were selling 35 years ago were actually three-piece. You had one end, you had a middle, and you had another. So it's all good. It's all good. And the same will be said for the rear quarters. but it's two-door saloon rear quarters. So I've asked him if he can do the same, if he can just cut it just above the swage line. I'm getting all of that with the other rear quarters, so I don't have to worry about a horrible edge there. And again, the same, he's going to have to cut it dead bang in the middle of the wheel arch, but it's only 7 inches, 7-inch weld, so that should be good, that should be good. So that there is the Bwanada. Boom, boom. Oh, I managed to get rid of the big blue turd, which is outside. There was a Volkswagen LT28 library bus. So I've managed to get it so I can get Missy back on my drive. So the next one, which will be... I've got to figure out what the man wants to do here, because all I've asked him for is I've asked him to get a dashboard, and then with the dashboard I could carry on doing the A-post, the front, everything. So we sat here, good 2 years before COVID now. I got trees growing through it, so yeah, that's going to be another one. Gave Missy a clear coat the other day. I don't care about brush strokes. Brush strokes is what it's all about on the patina. I tried... where are we? Let's just go to a section which is buggered. Here we go. This is clear yacht varnish. As you can see, it's all flaking off. It looks good for about a year and a little bit, and then she just starts flaking. But what I've clear coated it with this time is just 2K clear, which is literally just the clear, an activator, no thinners, brush, and it's gone on lovely. But the problem is, you can't really see it here, but I've got some crazing going on where the yacht varnish is. So I've got to find a way of getting rid of all this excess yacht varnish without having to sandpaper. And then you got the 300C. Her MOT is out on the 7th of May, so I won't be taxing it on the 1st of May. And this will be getting cut up down to a floor pan. And then I need to take that pickup body which I've got in the shed, and I need to cut it, widen it, and plonk it on and make myself a pickup. Hope you enjoyed this update video. Have fun, my friends. Bye bye.